The Phrozen Sonic Mighty 8K 3D resin printer. Let's give it a review. Hey guys, I've had a lot of folks writing to me about this one, so I guess there are a lot of people out there that are as excited as me to see Phrozen's latest creation. The box arrived slightly crumpled from its journey, but the well-packaged interior remained unharmed. And whilst removing the protective wrapping, I noticed that the Mighty 8K has adjustable feet to help level the printer perfectly. The outer casing is plastic, as pretty much all companies are doing these days it seems, but everything up from that is robust metal. In fact, whilst dimensions and print sizes are pretty similar, the Phrozen is 3 kilograms heavier than the WHAM Saturn II that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. The Mighty 8K comes with a built-in video camera and can connect through an app allowing remote viewing, etc. Unfortunately, at the time of receipt, the app was not available for testing, so I can't comment on it yet. Hopefully I can revisit this on another occasion. The print plate has the funkiest pattern etched upon it that I've seen to date, and personally I've not found it brilliant with adhesion, but time will tell. This fixes firmly on the Z-arm with a single knob and slides smoothly on widely spaced dual linear rails. The resin tray is metallic, secured with 2 removable bolts, and has a clear max level indicator. The underside has 4 quite prominent metal feet that position the tray within corresponding holes. Beneath the tray lives the noteworthy 8K monochrome screen, which produces an impressive XY resolution of 28 microns, which is not quite as remarkable as the 22 microns on their Mini 8K, but close enough that prints should thrill us. The front houses the first of 2 USB ports, with the second being at the rear, right next to an Ethernet port. This second USB port can be used to plug in a provided Wi-Fi dongle, but as I mentioned, I haven't tested connectivity yet. The front USB is obviously for uploading print files, and the provided thumb drive contains a user manual, test prints, and slicer software. Now, if this has happened previously, I haven't noticed, so I was very pleased to see Phrozen providing not only G2box software, but Lychee as well. That leaves just a 3.5-inch colour touchscreen, and wow, do I love this! The colours are sharp, clear, and complementary to the design of the printer. It may look blue on this recording, but in real life the background is a dark grey with orange accents, and it's very pleasant on the eye. Genuinely, this is the best printer user interface I've personally seen, so forgive me if I ramble excitedly about it for a moment. From the moment you plug it in, the Mighty 8K takes you by the proverbial hand and makes printing easier. Initially, it gives you the option to name your printer, which is useful if you own more than one. Then it wants to test and calibrate things, starting with the LCD screen. It quickly moves on to leveling the build plate, taking you through the process step by step. Finally, it wants to run a test print, and sure, it's hoping that you'll be using Phrozen Aqua 8K resin, and if you are, it's just waiting for a click to get you started. But it will allow you to print using other resins too. Look at this screen menu. Watch this. A QWERTY keyboard. That's just great. Want to move the Z-arm? Use this slider if you're in a hurry. And if you ignore it for a few minutes, it plays this funky screensaver. Yes, I know, I'm easily entertained. It's beautiful, it's clear, and it's an absolute triumph for Phrozen. This is the way user interfaces should be done. But does it print? Now, to begin with, yes, I did use Phrozen Aqua 8K resin, but I have to confess that it's my personal favourite resin, and you've seen me use it a number of times, regardless of the brand of printer. Now, it's not compulsory that you use this resin, but I have it and I like it, so it's the one for me here. I set out to run the Phrozen XP exposure test print, as you've seen me describe in a dedicated video. I started with these settings using Lychee, my favourite slicer, but I got a nasty shock. I panicked, and I'm telling you about it so you don't have to panic. Lychee are aware of this problem and are sorting it out right now. By the time the Mighty 8K is in the hands of Phrozen's first customers, I'm confident Lychee will have this sorted. So I reverted to Chitubox, but I found that the prints didn't stick that well to the plate. Eventually I ended up adjusting the base layer times to 40 seconds, and what you see here are the settings I've used for all the following prints, all without anti-aliasing. The Amerilabs Town test print was every bit as good as I expected, so I cracked on with a few other prints. I'll mention briefly at this point, Phrozen have sent me their Sabre ultrasonic knife to try. Its function is to cut away resin supports, and I'll probably do a mini review on this in a few days, so look out for that video. For my jewellery designing buddies out there, I printed the open source test ring, with great success. Last week you may have seen me design, print and cast in bronze a cyborg skull ring. I used the Mini 8K for that, so it seems only fair to let the Mighty 8K have a go at printing it too. And it's hard to pick flaws. It's a great print. And then, of course, I turned to our buddies at ARCHVILLAIN Games to print something detailed and impressive. The Mighty 8K didn't disappoint. So, what do I think of the Phrozen Sonic Mighty 8K? Well, let's not beat about the bush, it's expensive. It's a couple of $100 more than its Elegoo rival, and that can hurt your wallet. The question is it worth the extra spend? For the most part, that extra money comes down to connectivity. Unlike the Saturn II, the Mighty 8K has both Wi-Fi and Ethernet connectivity, allowing you to access your printer remotely via an app. It also has a built-in camera, so you can remotely supervise your print. Of course, these features remain untested at the moment, but frankly I'd be surprised if Phrozen didn't get the app right. Then there's that fantastic user interface. Whilst I wouldn't spend $200 on that alone, believe me, it's a true asset, making printing easier, especially for those that have never 3D printed before. In terms of quality, there's no issues that I can see. Well, maybe just the build plate, which I think I'll personally end up sanding down for better adhesion. And when it comes to prints, remember that it was Phrozen who were the first to bring us 8K printers, and personally I think that experience is showing through here with excellent quality prints. So, in my opinion, anyone buying this printer is unlikely to find themselves having regrets. It looks great, it's easy to use, it will have connectivity, and it prints brilliantly. In short, Phrozen have impressed me. So that's it for this review, guys. Take care, and thanks for watching.